Pisces, you are in this first chapter working on your boundaries with yourself. You're back and forth, back and forth. Where's the line? Where's the line? Should I, live up to the line? Should I move the line? That's been always the case with Pisces, which frankly is why you've been so annoying sometimes, because you don't stick to what you said you were going to do. And you change the rules before I even hear about what the first rules were. So hopefully you stabilize the lines with yourself. Like, these are my rules. I'm not crossing my lines. Boom. Like, you did that. Now in the second decan, it's time to go, okay, well then where are all the other lines with people, places, things, chocolate, substances? Now you're going to look at all the lines that create problems in your life. Codependence, addiction, some of the cliches that we get from Pisces are all those things. And so you will work out where all the lines are messy and find exactly where the line is as the sun goes through the second decan of Libra. Jupiter pulling out of Gemini does mean that you're going to be in a place where you now will start to feel uncertain about how you feel. Jupiter's been giving you a pass about your feelings. Normally you ignore your feelings anyways with thoughts. You have Gemini ruling your fourth house of emotion. So you already were born trying to think about your feelings instead of actually feeling your feelings, which is funny because it just makes you more sensitive. When you ignore this becomes more sensitive. Jupiter in the last few months has said, no, don't worry. We got pillows for you. We got massages. You're going to always feel good. Now Jupiter's pulling back, and it's like, okay, it's up to you now to practice what we taught you about how to keep your mind on the right things, to keep yourself in the right emotional tone. So I do predict Pisces to get a little slippery and maybe slip on a couple of cracks and break a couple of backs kind of thing, because they were so frazzled with being left to themselves to nurture themselves that a lot of them will sort of slip on the banana peel and learn that way. So that happens, I find, particularly in this house with Pisces and emotion. You don't do the work, boom, you'll be on your back, you'll be thinking about it, right? Now, from that point, we have, of course, Jupiter retrograding. Actually, I already did that. I got a little lost there. Sorry, I got a little lost there. Jupiter moving into that space of taking care of self. Now, from the boundaries perspective, the Aries part, which is where I failed and I skipped ahead because I'm in space-time jumping around here. The Aries part of the boundaries is, if you draw the boundaries correctly and you don't go back and forth, like I mentioned, and you're not loosey-goosey, and you go, here's where the lines are and here's how I'm going to keep them, the money starts to roll in. It turns out that to have money, step 10, you've got to have strong boundaries. 0 to manifest. Step 10, I manifest. So strong boundaries means strong paychecks, law of attraction, good opportunities to make money. So don't just stop with the boundary. Also look at where that boundary can turn into saving, multiplying, and abundance, because it's there for you to have. And Chiron is healed enough there for you to be ready to accept the fact that you're spiritual and wealthy, which is one of the areas that Pisces were tripped up on and having a hard time. And then we have, of course, the Jupiter retrograde in Gemini, and that's where I was talking about prematurely, that you've got to take care of your emotional feelings. You've got to be mindful of your feelings to be good for yourself. That's where I skipped over. I talked about it, but I'm reiterating. Jupiter's pulling out of your emotions, so you've got to sit there and put in the stilts, put in the things, bring in the pillows, and nurture yourself according to what your mind might say. And then lastly, we have Pluto. Pluto at 29 has to do with where you belong in society. And the thing is that as I think about this spiritually and I tune into it, you know exactly where you belong. You're afraid to take it. You're afraid to take your place in the world. I've seen it over and over again. It's you facing the fear of raising your hand and saying, I'm the one to do this. That is where I see Pisces slipping. That is where you're letting your feelings take over you. That's where you're letting your feelings take over your power to control. And that ultimately is what will be fixed with this Pluto 29. Pisces will find where they belong, and they will take their place in society, says Pluto and God, and they will stand tall and do what they're here to do, which is to wrap up the age of Pisces before the age of Aquarius. I'm thinking inside out right now. I think I've had enough. But you get it. Don't avoid your role in the world. Time to take it and try right now. Use Pluto. Make it happen. All right. Whew, I went in and out of reality on that one, channeling. I mean, literally in and out of reality. But y'all, we have got an amazing guest here tonight. I'm super excited. We're going to talk about the power of children. We're going to talk about Allison and what she does. And we're going to talk about how she went from modern medicine into a medium that channels Mary. Keep streaming for Astro Mingle after this intermission.
It's serious joy, joy, joy.